Hi, my name is Christy Crawford. I am the scholarship chair for Grant Professionals Foundation for 2023. And this recording is to help you learn more about the scholarship programs that we have available through the Grant Professionals Foundation and how to apply for those scholarships. So on our website, the Grant Professionals Foundation website, there is a web page that has all the different available scholarships and more information about that. However, just a disclaimer that we are working on revamping the website, but there will always be a link of how to apply for the scholarship available, so you don't have to go searching for it. As you can see from the page that what it currently looks like, we have conference scholarships, GPC scholarships, membership scholarships. So I'm going to talk through the scholarship application in itself, give you some pointers and things like that. So if you clicked into, for example, the membership scholarship link, it would take you to a page that looks like this, that has some information about the membership scholarships. Click here to apply, like I said, is available on the pages. Some of the past recipients, and then some of the terms and conditions of the membership scholarship. So currently, as of today, January 2023, we have 39 named restricted scholarships from chapters, individuals, etc. And then we have our unrestricted scholarships for each of the programs as well. So typically what will happen is you'll receive emails from the Grant Professionals Association with a reminder that the scholarship is now open for applications. We have various rounds throughout the year where you can apply for a scholarship. The membership scholarship applications are available to apply for during the month of February, and then a second round again during the month of August. The conference scholarships, or now called the Grant Summit, is available to apply for those dollars in June. And then GPCI has their scholarships that are available. However, the Grant Professionals Foundation Committee does not review those. Those are handled by GPC directly, but those scholarships are available in April. I'm not going to show that application or talk through that too much just because that is handled by the GPC. It's a little different than our membership and Grant Summit scholarships. But I will be talking through the Grant Summit membership application and what that looks like in Zoom grants. So watch your email for notices that the scholarship is open, or just know when the rounds are available, and you can always go to our website and say click here to apply. So if you click here to apply, it takes you to a page that looks like this. So Zoom Grants is the platform that we utilize for our grant applications. As you can see right here, we have our Grant Summit applications, and then our membership and conference scholarships for 2023. The Grant Summit, that's for presenters that want to present at conference, so different. But Zoom Grants is what we use for our scholarship application. You have to have an account with Zoom Grants. And so once you create the account through Zoom Grants, then you can apply for the scholarship. So when you go into the scholarship, there are a variety of questions that help the scholarship committee determine who should be awarded a scholarship. So I will say that it is important, just like it is for any other grant application, to fill out as much information as you can because we only know what we can review. The scholarship committee that reviews scholarships, it's a blind review, so they don't know who they're reviewing. They actually just see the answers to the questions that are scored. So as you're filling out that application, keep that in mind that we only know what you can see for the questions that are scored. So what does the application look like? A couple of questions that are pretty easy to answer, obviously. How long have you been a grant professional, and are you a member currently of GPA? So we ask how long have you been a grant professional because we do have some restricted scholarships that are named scholarships that are for early career. So, if you identify yourself as an early career, then that might put you more to a top of a list of that review criteria. There are several restricted scholarships that are by chapters or by location or maybe ethnicity or things like that. And so, like I said, the more information that we have, the better. The question number 3 asks if you're currently a member of a GPA chapter. Don't worry, if you are not, no big deal. But if you're not, if you are, put the chapter's name so we have it. But if you're not, list the state that you live in. So the reason why that is asked is, again, we have the restricted scholarships that are available for certain states or certain chapter members. And so we want to make sure that we give priority to those that identify in an area where they have a restricted scholarship. The next question is, have you ever been a GPF scholar in the past? So have you ever received a membership or conference or grant summit scholarship or GPCI? Yes or no? And then will you agree to abide by the GPA Code of Ethics? And so the link to that is available on the Grant Professionals website. Now we get into the questions that our review committee use for scoring criteria. And so the number 6 is describe your experience in the grant field. And so, you know, us grant professionals, we love character count, right? So you have 3,000 characters to describe your experience in the grant field. And so, you know, I will say some tips is we've seen some scholarship applications that literally have one sentence there, and we have some that use all 3,000 characters. I will tell you in my experience over the years of reviewing scholarship applications, when you put one sentence of your experience in the grant fields, you are probably going to score pretty low. The reason for that is we can't really understand what your experience is when you only provide us with one sentence. So try to include as much of your experience as possible. You know, whether you do federal grants, non-federal, all of the above, pre-award, post-award, whatever it is, please put that experience in question number 6. Question number 7 is also a scored question, again, 3,000 characters. And so, you know, being recognized as a scholar is an honor. Our generous donors provide the funding for our scholarships. We cannot thank our donors enough for providing both the restricted and then general donations that go into our unrestricted scholarship fund. Without their generous donations, you would not be able to apply for or possibly receive a scholarship. So question number 7 is basically, you know, explain the outcomes of you receiving a scholarship and how it will benefit you, your chapter, if you have one that you have in your community, or your organization in the next year, and then how your growth and performance as a grant professional will be enhanced. Again, some tips. I've seen everything from one sentence to using all 3,000 characters. And so this is, you know, question number 6 and question number 7 are 2 highest scored questions on this application. And so the more information that you provide, the more we get a better understanding on, you know, how this will benefit the grant professional field in the future. Then question number 8 is basically, you know, which one are you applying for, the membership or the Grant Summit Scholarship? Based off of what you answer here, certain questions will sort of open up, otherwise they'll be grayed out. So if you say membership, you won't have question 9 or 10. If you say Grant Summit, you will have question 9 or 10. So if you say yes to Grant Summit, we do ask if you will accept a partial award, and then if you're a first-time attendee of the Grant Summit. So question number 10 is important because, again, we do have some scholarships that prefer to give scholarship to people that are first-time attendees, just like early career and things like that. And then question number 11 is actually a scored question. It's, you know, add any additional information that you think will help in our decision or include your financial need. So it's not as highly scored as the other 2 that I had talked about, but this is an opportunity for you, because you have 3,000 additional characters, to talk about your need or talk about anything else beneficial. You know, some examples I've seen in the past is somebody, you know, has included that by going to, you know, the Grant Professional or Grant Summit, they're able to enhance their education, which puts them in a better position for a promotion. Or, you know, maybe they're looking at getting more involved in the executive committee on their chapter, so they feel like they could use the information. Or maybe your organization just doesn't budget to support you within your membership or education. So question number 11 is important, although not as highly scored as the other ones. And then there's just some kind of housekeeping questions at the end, basically, that we can use your headshot, or you will provide a blog as part of your terms and conditions for going to the Grant Summit, or you'll volunteer at the Grant Summit, things like that. And then the last couple of questions are more for our statistics of how we use our scholarship recipients, or those that have applied, to kind of see what areas you're coming from. And so please check all of the areas that apply for the areas that you work in as a grant professional. You can check all of them, one of them, as many as you need on the application. And then your gender pronoun, although we give the option of prefer not to answer. Same with ethnicity, prefer not to answer. The question number 15 is important because we do have a named scholarship that is for African American males. So we have 2 generous donors that have provided funding to fund for that education. And so these are important questions to answer, because then again, that puts you kind of to the top of the list if you answer a certain way on those questions. So the application is very, very easy. It's not real lengthy, but you know, the scholarship rounds, like I said, they open up on the 1st of the month and they close on the last day of the month. So I encourage you to start working on them as soon as possible, so then you can get them submitted and not wait till the last minute. We've had people that have waited till, you know, the last minute of the last day that it's due, and then they have account issues, and I'm sorry, but we can't do anything about that. And so if you're having issues in the beginning of the month, we can definitely help you. If you do have any issues on the application, or something with your account, or something is just kind of going wonky on the application, you can always email the info@grantprofessionalfoundation.org, and we can kind of steer you in the right direction of where you need to go to be able to complete your application. As a FYI for timing, so the deadline, for example, for this first round of membership scholarships, they open February 1st, they close February 28th. And then our committee works with the GPA office to get all of the applicants, put them together, and start our review. So then the scholarship committee can do our review and make our recommendations to the grant professionals executive committee and then board for final approval. So for the membership and grant summit scholarships, the goal is to have them approved for the next board meeting after the deadline. So for example, in this case, you know, the 3rd Tuesday in March is when hopefully we'll have these approved, although the February ones, we like to have them announced for International Grant Professional Day. So we try to get them reviewed as quickly as possible and have the notifications go out if you were awarded a scholarship in the area that you applied for. For the GPCI scholarships, I do want to mention again that that is not handled by the GPF scholarship committee. That is handled by GPCI itself. And so their timeline is different from ours, and so you might not hear back on your scholarship as quickly as what you might for our membership or grant summit scholarship. But if you do have questions on the GPCI one, there is a contact on our website to be able to kind of help answer your questions on those scholarships as well. So I hope this was helpful information for you. If you're looking for all of the named scholarships and opportunities that are in your area, it is listed on our website, so you can see the various scholarships that are available for membership or the Grant Summit. So you can see if there's one available for your chapter or the area that you live in. I wish you all luck on your applications, and I hope to see a lot of applications coming through the door for the 3 rounds that we have in February, June, and August. And I wish you luck on your application itself. Thank you so much and have a great day.